Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video, and today I'm bringing you an update on how Battlefield 1 is going to be changing in case you haven't already heard about it. Because if you didn't hear about it before it happened, then you'd likely be pretty confused if you then jumped on to play the game, not to mention being at a severe disadvantage compared to someone who has all of the information. Now if you end up finding this video helpful or enjoyable, then I genuinely appreciate you taking that split second to hit the like button as always. With that being said, I've thrown some gameplay up for you to watch so you don't get too bored just listening to me, and let's quickly get through what these patch changes are going to be when they finally drop in the full game. Now it's not yet being confirmed exactly when these changes will be implemented. They're currently being tested in the CTE, and it's safe to assume that it won't be too long, as developers don't usually give this much information about a patch unless it's going to be released in the reasonably near future. The only potential issue is that there appears to be a fair bit of backlash about some of the changes currently in the CTE, so this then could cause the full release to be delayed or altered from how it currently stands. But as things currently do stand, the big change is going to be that the overall average time to kill in the game is going to be quicker. One of the big reasons this is happening is that LMGs have had their damage increased and now tend to kill in one less bullet than they used to. Most reports are claiming that LMGs feel extremely powerful with these changes in place, so this could lead to far more people using the support class, which is great as there seem to be so many games where I can't find a support player to resupply from. The obvious downside is the LMGs might end up being too strong, or could see their improvements reduced before the full patch release in order to avoid this happening. We'll have to wait and see. Where medic rifles are concerned, they're getting an accuracy increase. The basic spread of self-loading rifles is being improved so you'll be able to fire faster without losing as much accuracy. Plus the damage drop-off has been pushed further out. So essentially if you were to place the crosshair on the target at range, you should then be able to hit them much more reliably, which will make the medic rifles feel much more powerful and will therefore have more of a place in range combat. Counter-sniping will definitely be much more of a factor with some of the medic rifles if this is to come into play. Moving on to SMGs, and they've pretty much all had damage buffs across the board. Yes, even the Hellregal. No, I'm not sure how good an idea that is. Hopefully the buffs to the other SMGs will help to make the assault class feel more balanced overall. The only exception is that the Automatico won't be doing any extra damage up close because it doesn't need to, but it has had a slight buff for range damage. Next up we have changes to the shotguns, which will make it so that the result of blasting someone being a kill or not will rely far less upon luck. Rather than shotguns having different numbers of pellets and random pellets spread, they will all now have 12 pellets, except for the slug obviously, and will fire the pellets in two cones, an inner cone and an outer cone. This will result in a good shot to center mass being far more likely to be a kill, and a bad shot just off target will be far less likely to be a kill. Fingers crossed this will somehow result in us seeing far more shotguns that aren't the Model 10A Hunter, but that remains to be seen. Finally, scout weapons appear to be pretty much unchanged as their damage is already in a good spot. So overall for weapons as a whole, this means that more of them will be able to pick up more than one kill before having to reload, which is a little bit of a rarity with some of them at certain times. They'll be more reliable at the expected ranges, and on the whole will be far more lethal. This is also going to bring a little more diversity to how some weapons feel, as DICE don't want lots of guns to feel like different versions of the same weapon. Lots of guns is great, but if loads of them feel completely interchangeable with no obvious differentiation, then it's kind of a waste. So this is encouraging for player enjoyment and gives a bit more space for future weapon releases too to feel different. So basically these changes could completely shake up the meta and give the game a fresh feel again if it's been a bit stale for you recently. Personally, I still enjoy the game a lot and haven't been getting bored at all, but I'm still very excited for there to be a new balance to the game. Maybe I'll have a new set of favourite weapons or new tactics for my playbook. Changes can be good, and I certainly hope that's going to be the case here. I was personally hoping that Hellregal would get somewhat of a nerf, but no such luck. I'll just keep my fingers crossed that these changes actually help everything to feel more competitive, so the Hellregal won't shine quite so brightly in the assault class, and I'll still have that long-term hope that eventually it will have its overall range reduced somewhat. And as alluded to at the beginning of the video, we'll have to wait and see exactly when these changes will make it to the full game, and if they've been increased or reduced when they eventually do. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the upcoming changes in the comment section below, and what changes you would potentially like to see. Feel free to like, favourite and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.